That's the
Oh,
thing.
I think that's what she do.
That's what it might be the case, but I do know that you can't have like panels up there where you can have people
I
sitting with you.
I was thinking about shutting down this page because people was taking these videos and going, but I'm not gonna be talking about the stuff that I was talking about before. I'm just not gonna get that.
Right, right.
I got it is what it
Yeah,
is.
I
Everybody knows
understand.
what I didn't say it before, so I ain't trying to get into all of that stuff no more. My
Yeah,
brother,
you and your family don't need no more stress than what y'all already have.
it's not it's
And
not stress per se. It's just that it's invasive. Like I like to have my private
hmm
space and talk to people, and then not
yeah, I
infiltrate.
don't know if you remember me, but I DM'd you a while ago about some things concerning Instagram and the people on here.
Yeah,
Um, and maybe you want to try to filter out, just be careful who you allow on. But it's probably already too late now because a lot of people probably already ain't followed and they're screen recording and all of that. So
they go. See, the thing is, people scream recording, but I ain't talking about none of the stuff I'm talking about before. Not
right,
after the last video. I'm not talking. Like I posted some of my cash apps up there because people were saying stuff about, oh, you and your brother don't have a good relationship. Y'all wasn't talking and all that. I'm like, what?
but
Like,
you know what, Kevin? What I've learned in these 38 years of living, I've learned that when you don't feed a thing, it won't grow.
that's
So
true.
if 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 people are taking your words and twisting them, and you and your people know what your intent is, I wouldn't even respond to it because that's all they need. That's all they want. That's content. Just you responding alone is enough content for people to make money off of you.
See, now I use that to
But
my advantage.
you had to do what you had to do at the
I
same
had
time.
to
I
do.
understood
I
that.
was doing that strategically because I want the people that need to get the message to get the message. So I was cool with it. So now I'm
hmm
not talking about none of that stuff no more. But I don't want it to be invaded. It's real people on here that really want to have good conversation and
Right.
good dialogue, not centered on no mess. And I don't want it to be invasive. But I'm gonna think this ain't go because they what I was doing when I was talking a lot. I was talking a lot because I was trying to water down the message because I know people was trying to
Right.
hear and get tea. So I was
Pick
saying
the part. Yeah.
I could play the game too. So I'm gonna have you sit here and listen to a whole bunch of stuff to try to get to something, get to the point of what you want to use for content. Because
hmm
I couldn't go and canvas everybody. It's so many people on my. It's still like
Yeah.
800, 900 people trying to get on my page. After I said I wasn't accepting nobody else,
That's
right?
crazy.
So that was the whole thing. Like I mean, but I'm not gonna talk about it no more. Like now, I don't have no access to my brother now, so I can't see
Mhm.
it. I can't see what's going on. But I'm cool with the stuff that I already know. So
Yeah.
I ain't talking about it no more. I'm letting it go and just letting that just go because it ain't no need for me to speak on none of that stuff no more because
Right. I feel you. I understand it.
my personal preference. I know a lot of people won't like this, but I don't want him to come back. Not into that.
Yeah.
That's just my personal preference. I don't know what I know what he has.
Okay, so that's you're saying it from because you're his blood. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? You're thinking about, his well being and all of that stuff. But he has established another family, an extended family, people that truly love him. Um, Even if he didn't come back all the and do the whole big old thing full time the way that he did. I think that it will hurt a lot of people if he never just came back and said nothing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I,
Even if it's a farewell or a goodbye, I
it's
think
just like
that
Jamie Foxx
that's
needs to come back,
necessary.
but the thing is, like you said, like that's my brother, and what the family has gone through in these past 2 months, it's been that's just been a tragedy
Tragedy
in and of it.
in
You know
itself. Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm not even being selfish. I'm being like, okay, me knowing what's going on with my brother, right?
hmm
I know what other people is trying to know, but I want to say what's going on, but I can't out of respect for my brother. I
Right.
would, right? I'm not gonna do it just out of respect for him. That's his privacy, and he deserves privacy. Now, my
Right.
opinion about what I do know and what contributed possibly to him being in the situation that he in, I'm saying for that cause, maybe we created a monster. When I say we, I'm talking about the character Pastor P, right?
Mm.
Because that is not the person that I know. When I
Right.
see him on
And
Bigo,
I think it's hard for people to understand
it shocks
that
me.
you don't know
It's
that
serious.
side of him.
It shocks me to see some of the things that's being said, because it's like when you see him in when he's sitting next to you and I'm talking to him, like that ain't the same person. And I
Trust me,
can
I
share
know. I
this.
know Keith. I know Keith on the back end. Him and I are kind of close actually. We FaceTime all the time. We talk all the time, and he would tease me about me being a church girl and all of those things. So I understand. I get to see both. I got to see both sides. Not as strongly as you, obviously, because that's your brother.
Yeah,
But I do know him personally, and I do know that Pastor P is for entertainment purposes only. And sometimes that app, he's not the only person where that app have you go a little bit too far. It has you to step out of your body and be somebody that you really not because of the energy that's on there. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like if you're surrounded by so many people that roots for demonic activity, it's easy to fall into that rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I kind of I empathize with you on that. I understand what you're saying. Like that that's not your brother.
yeah,
But it was his job at the same time to entertain the masses, as they like to say. Like he's a great entertainer, and he made more money by being the rowdy Pastor P that everybody fell in love with. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Uh,
So
it's the same thing in the family. Like from our point of view, I think that he honed his skills being around us.
um,
You know what
hmm
I'm saying? Like
possibly.
yeah, he learned that craft being around us. Like, cause he
Mhm.
did it to us. So I mean, even from him being a kid, he was always the big personality.
He
Everybody
definitely
know
has
he
a big personality.
being that person. So I mean, like I've literally heard people like very loyal to like a godlike status to my brother. And I'm not
Wow.
saying that
I mean,
I'm not,
I know a lot of
saying
people
it
that
with a sense of like,
I'm in the family. I'm actually in the family.
yeah,
And it I didn't join based off the face of it being mega church or what they call it a cult and all of that craziness. I joined it based off the fact that P and I were going to do business together on Bigo,
mm,
and it was a good look for me, and it was in support of my friend, because he wants to grow his family. So if how can I recruit people into joining the family so that we can get different rebates and all kind of stuff like that if I'm not a part of the family? So I wasn't in the family at the time. I actually love the people that are in the church. It is some really good people that he has connected. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people don't understand. We all have most of us have like a really close relationship outside of the app.
oh,
So when we come to the app and we're like this, people don't understand that because they just see it as entertainment. They don't believe that people can actually network outside of the app and do business and meet each other's families and all kind of stuff like that. And so he actually did create something good, no matter how it looks surface level. He at the base of it all, I know what his intentions were beginning when he first started it. It was for good intentions. He wanted to take it somewhere and do something really big with it. You know what I mean? Because he has so much recognition. Why not? He has a platform, and I just think that it kind of went wonky after so long, and he actually was getting to a place, but right before the accident, him and I had a long conversation, Kevin, and Keith was speaking like he had never spoke before, you know, and I was just quiet the whole time. He wanted to like revamp everything. He wanted to like get the messy people out and keep the true people there. Like he was really trying to change it around and make it more positive, more um you know, more family like, more family oriented. It's just the way the circumstances, it's the unforeseen event that happened with him. It just it's in shambles now, but I believe that he was really working to try to get it to where he needed it to be to do something good with it.
And you know what? You the second person, Miss White. I talked to Miss White. I call her Shay. Okay.
I know her.
I talked to her, and when I talked to her, she was like saying the same thing. Like he was coming around to try to rekindle relationships. Like
hmm
you know,
And he actually
that's what
was.
I saw with him when I was with him the day before the accident. When I was with him, I had a good time with him. Like it was the best time that I had in years
His
with.
energy was a little bit different,
Yeah,
like the
like he was.
oncoming week.
Yeah, he was maturing in a way.
hmm
And there was things that happened previous that I didn't know how this meeting was gonna go with him, because I had some issues with him about something else that happened. And when I got around him, like I was kind of gauging the atmosphere and gauging the mood, and I'm always constantly observing things, and I felt like he was trying to make things right. We didn't discuss
hmm
anything wrong. We didn't discuss any problems. Normally we'll be talking about some shit that happened that was fucked up or something, and we didn't talk about that. We just had a good time. And like I was talking tonight
hmm
on my YouTube channel, and I was telling him, I said, like, it was like God had sat next to me and told me, like, it was a point when he started talking, and he was saying stuff, and I was looking
hmm
at him, and I was still in awe that me and him was in, because me and his presence is so difficult, because we two different people. And when I say different, I mean polar opposites. A lot of people didn't even know we was brothers when I
I mean,
graduated from high school.
y'all sound just alike though.
It, but he when we was around each other for the day before his accident, I was looking at him, and he was talking to me, and I didn't know what he was saying, but I was just so happy being like what we once was.
How it's
And
supposed to
yeah,
be. Right.
like how we supposed to be. And it was like God sat next to me and said, "This is the last time you go see him like this." And it's not a coincidence that my brother was with me that day. That's
Mm-mm.
that's really what I wanted. If you ask my wife, I literally sat in my house when he told me he was coming. I sat in my house like a kid and was waiting on him. I was
Waiting.
waiting on him because I wanted to spend time with my brother, because it's been so much friction,
hmm
and a lot of this shit didn't even involve us, because the thing that happened with the bike happened 3 years ago. It wasn't, when they put it out, it was like it happened yesterday. And I'm like, damn, this ain't
I
something
mean, that's what they do. You don't let it, don't
that,
let it get to you. Don't even think about it. That's what they do.
yeah,
But I'm gonna
but
tell you. Let me tell you something
that's
before
what
I.
I like about Bigo. That's why my opinion about it, I would, first of all, I ain't saying it to knock nobody else, but that's just not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
mine
can't.
either. I have my content is extremely different. And that's why a lot of people, like me being on there. I've tried leaving it so many times because of the things that go on around me. But I bring my gospel. I have church on my panels on my page. We do praise and worship. We do Bible study. We do all of that.
Well,
And it doesn't, it's kind of what you make it. That's what that app is what
yeah,
you make of it. It's who you surround yourself
I've
with.
seen some people
um
positive on it too.
yeah, it's just what it's like anywhere, anywhere you go. Like it's what you make of it. You're in control of that, And but I want to tell you this before I leave. Something that I did notice, and I talked to one of Keith's good friends about it too. So I'll say like maybe 3 or 4 days before his accident, um, I I do content on TikTok as well. I'm pretty well known over there, and I do my little gospel stuff and all that. The voiceovers of church stuff, and just praising God. And Keith, I post those TikToks to my Snapchat. Him and I are friends on Snapchat. Do you know Keith sat there and watched all of those videos? Like he literally watched all of those church videos, and that's something he usually would stay away from.
Oh,
But it was just strange to me how he took the time out to actually watch them, and he told me that he watched them. I seen him view them, but anybody could view something. I was like, okay, maybe he just probably breezed through or whatever, just kind of tapped through. No, he told me what my content was what I was talking about, what I was singing about, and
man.
I was just like, God is working on him. That's
Right.
that's all it is. And I was so proud, like I was so happy, just because I know how he feels about religion, and um I just felt like God has had to get his attention some kind of way. And he may have felt it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For him to take the time out and watch something like that doesn't normally or typically interest him. What was your name on there so I can follow you, Bella? On Bigo? It's Bella on Bigo.
Wow.
Yeah, he watched every. I wish I had a screenshot of it, but of course, I didn't know he was gonna have an accident. But I was really shocked. Like he Keith don't look at stuff like that. That's not his thing. But
Yeah.
he watched every, and it was like 20 videos, Kevin. 20. He
Whoa.
watched every last one of them.
How
He
long?
was like,
How long were
huh?
videos?
They just be like little clips, like 30 minutes to
Oh.
maybe 30 seconds to maybe a minute.
Oh.
But he actually told me what the content was, what I was talking about. So that means he had to sit there and watch them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's dope,
So yeah, it was. And I said, oh yeah, go ahead, do it, do your big one, Lord. Get him.
man.
Get
I
him.
swear we
He
had
always teased me about being a church girl, and
we had,
he was just, and he complimented me on it. He was just like, I seen your videos, whatever, and I think you're really talented. I think you do a good job. Like, yeah, you got something going for you. Like he was complimenting me. So that says a lot. Forget about the compliment. It's the fact that he took the time to
yeah,
watch it, to listen, give it a chance. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I'm always talking to him about God. Every time we talk, I used to get on his nerves. He'll hang up on me. Like he'll literally hang the phone up on me because I'd be like, "You got to get your life together. I don't care what you're talking
I
about."
same I got the same treatment, if not worse.
He never cussed me out though. I can say that he's always respected me. He's never been rude or mean or none of that to me. He's always been respectful towards me, and he respects my religion. He doesn't degrade it or anything like that. Even though he don't feel the same,
Yeah,
he still doesn't. How some people can be really disrespectful about things they don't understand.
yeah,
Nah, he's not. He wasn't like that.
yeah. He's a
So
very intelligent young
yeah,
man.
he is.
You know, he just
Mm-hmm.
he has a mind of his own, and
He ain't the first and he won't be the last. But you know what? God is a miracle worker. He can turn anybody around. He can change anybody's mind. And where Keith is, I feel like this is a moment for a miracle, and I believe in that. I trust that. God is good and he's able. There's nothing he can't do. There is no problem too big for him, you know?
yeah,
So I'm always, keeping the family in my prayers. I miss him. That's my friend in real life, not just on Bigo. I've known Keith for many years, way before Bigo. He's the reason why I came to Bigo actually.
oh, oh, you must have been
Yeah,
on the Facebook page.
I was Yeah, but I was quiet. I didn't do anything back then on Facebook. I was a watcher.
Oh yeah.
And one day he was just like, "Yo, you need to come to Bigo and make some money." And I was like, "What? Bigo? What is that?" He's like, "I'm gonna show you. Look at this. Look at this."
I just found out about it this year after all this stuff happened.
Yeah.
I ain't know.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm getting ready to move on though. To start my YouTube is already up, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just start streaming over there instead of on Bigo
You
because it's
said
just becoming too much. Say,
Bella what?
say what on Bigo
Huh? Yeah.
or on YouTube?
Oh no, YouTube. I
On
know
YouTube.
Bingo.
On YouTube is Bella Heart of Faith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well,
But yeah,
nice talking to you.
try to do your live and see what different options it gives you. You might have to have a certain amount of followers or subscribers before you can get that.
I got subscribers.
How many?
It's over 200 on you on the YouTube.
You,
But
you
I
might have to have 500 because I know I had to have 500 subscribers before I could do certain things. So I believe that's what it is.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking about having people come here and then having dialogue and then posting it on there or
Yeah,
posting some that I want to
you can do it
post because I
that way too. That's dope. That'll
yeah
work.
want to do. All right,
Well,
thank
thank
you.
you so much for taking the time out to
No
talk to me. God bless you. And you and your family are always in my prayers,
problem.
okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
All right. Well, if the people that was on my YouTube channel